So we're going to zoom over to Vrindavan now, where we'll finish with Srimati Sasikala Didi, a very special lady who joined ISKCON at the end of January 1977. And she took Harinam on the 11th of November 1977. For those of you who know your history, that's only 3 days before Srila Prabhupada left his body on the 14th of November 1977. She's done a lot of book distribution and Sankirtan and Puja Seva. And in 1992, Srila Prabhupada revealed a dream of Srila Gurudev to her before she'd met Srila Gurudev. And in 93, she spoke to Shamarani about Gurudev and met him that year and took Diksha before Gurudev came to the West on the 7th of January 1996. And she's been under Srila Gurudev's guidance living in Vrindavan for the last 25 years. So we're very, very, very lucky to hear the Pushpanjali of Srimati Sasikala Didi. Welcome, very warm welcome, Didi, and I hand over to you. Sorry we're a little bit late, by the way. Hare Krishna.
No harm. I'd like to offer my pranam to all of you. Can you hear me properly?
Very well, very good.
Thank you so much. So welcome to Sri Vrindavan Dham, to everyone who is listening and visioning today. First of all, I offer my unlimited, most grateful obeisances at the lotus feet of my Sri Harinam Guru, Nityalila Pravishnam Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Maharaj, my Prabhupada, the 7th amount of most grateful obeisances in the lotus feet of my Diksha Guru, Bhajan Guru, and life and soul, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Narayana Gosvami Maharaj, our eternal well-wisher, Srila Gurudev, to all Rupanuga Guru Varga, all Vaishnavi, and past, present, and future, my Dandavat Pranam, my most affectionate pranam from Sri Vrindavan Dham. It's the first time I'm coming online, so you please excuse me. I'm not acquainted with speaking also. I'm not really a speaker. But I will try to share with you my first impression of meeting with Srila Gurudev. Like Prabhu said, it was 1996. I came to Sri Vrindavan Dham, and I didn't know I was going to stay. I was only planning to be here 6 months. And because Srila Govinda Maharaj had come to Paris when I was head Pujari at that time, and he had invited me to come and meet him also in Bhubaneswar. So I was with him maybe 9 months. But before going to Bhubaneswar, I came to ISKCON Krishna Balam Mandir, and there I spoke with Shamarani Didi that I just met for the first time. And I was telling her, I really want to love Krishna, but I have no idea how to do that. Maya is very strong and it seems impossible. So she gave me the address on the paper and she said, I'm not able to come with you because this is already, sorry, it was 1993. Yeah? So she said, I'm not able to come with you because there are politics already going on and some controversy. So you please go alone and don't keep it secret that I'm sending you. So I first went to Radha Damodar and received the Prasadi Mala of Rupa Goswami and the Pera. And I went to Rup Sanatan, and Gurudev was in his old room upstairs because there was no Gopinath Bhavan that time. It was only Rup Sanatan, 1993. So I repeat. And there they were already, some GBC were already in the room, and Gurudev was describing why Srila Sukadev Goswami didn't reveal actually the details of the Ras Leela. He was telling that they were so Maya, all type of Shruti, all type of people listening to this Bhagavatam. So he didn't get into any details that time. So my first encounter with Gurudev, that I had reached to his lotus feet, and I just said, oh, but Maharaj, you know, when Brahma stole all the calf, then Krishna manifested in all as the gopis, and so actually there was nothing immoral for the gopis to dance with Krishna, because actually they were dancing with their own husband. And Gurudev looked at me and said, Acha, I said, I told them that, because few months before Giriraj Swami had come to Paris and he was telling this Leela. So that was my first encounter with him. And then after two meetings, after the second time, there was Gauridas. He was in charge of the Gurukul ISKCON at that time. And for the first time, to reciprocate with Gurudev's kindness, he had brought all the Gurukul to do the Radhakund Leela with all the little children, and it was so amazing. Gurudev was sitting there, and it was not a drama going on. Actually, for me, it was just like seeing the Leela of Radhakund. I could not see the children, I just only saw the little gopis and gopas. And this question in my heart always been there, that if we were with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan, so how is it possible that we fell from that plane and came and suffered so much in this matter world? What was the need for us to come if we were happy? If even a blade of grass is satisfied for being with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. So why we fell? So no one could ever reply my question. There was so much controversy, the jiva falls from Vaikuntha, etc. And that at that moment, when I saw this Leela of the Radhakund with Gurudev sitting there, Gurudev went up in his room and I fell in the ground just crying. And it was my first realization. And I knew it was Gurudev giving me the reply in my heart that actually you were never there. That was very, very clear, because it doesn't seem logical to live such a transcendental plane where everything is just so blissful and come in this world which is filled with miseries. And being in contact with Gurudev, also I got some question, a reply, like, I always thought, why are there some black Krishna and some white Krishna? Why are they doing this? I believed in Krishna, but why is he sometimes white? So to come with Gurudev was like another reply was coming, that, it was Param Gurudev revealed this Vinod Bihari's Rupa, Radha Lingita Vigraham. So this is such a secret, esoteric tadva about Krishna being white, being in complete separation from Radharani, especially in Imlitala. So there was another question which was replied. And then also being in his contact, I had some question coming, like, does Manjaris can fall from the spiritual world? And of course, Gurudev kept on talking to us for 20 years that Manjari will come only if they are sent by Radharani herself and to save the jiva from this maya, So they don't fall down, they always transcendently situated. So there was another question which was like, he was replying to all my questions, not directly face to face, but during his lectures, and it happened to everybody. Everybody could see, oh yes, Gurudev, I had this question for Sommer, and he just replied it in during his class, during Harikatha. So there was always this complete fulfillment of removing all the doubts that we could have about Siddhanta and Tattva, and completely feeling his love, really feeling that he was caring for it. Like Gurudeva told that even if a dog is sent by Swami Maharaj to my door, I will help that dog, And I felt so many times, yes, I was a little dog, the last dog of my son, of my Prabhupada, because I never met him physically. I met him, he was so transcendental and mystical. he gave me his sport, he gave me some experience of him, and that's why I came to Gurudev. But I could never be with him in his presence. And so always had this heavy weight on my heart, and I was never with my Prabhupada, you know. And then finally Prabhupada gave me Gurudev. So then I was feeling so much protected. And like Damayanti was telling, such a beautiful family, such an amazing, like Prabhupada said, he made a house in which the whole world could fit in. And it is absolutely the same with Gurudev. He created this environment of just love and extreme compassion. There was not one day when, I remember one day in his old room in Rup Sanatan, one boy came and he was having curly hair and like, I think he was from Hawaii. I was like really like, and he said to Gurudev, Gurudev, I want to surrender to you, but I have so much lust and attachment. What can I do? And Gurudev looked at him very, very with love. I was there. We were only three of us, and he looked at him like with his just compassion personified, and he said to him, "Why don't you just love me? Why don't you just give me all this lust and attachment?" And I don't know what happened to this person after that, but Gurudev just was ready to help anyone in any condition. Like I have I'm looking this because a few things were very in this regard. You know, I was like preaching sometime in Mathura, and I would bring all the so many policemen to Gurudev, some inspector from the FRO, and Gurudev was so concerned that all his foreign devotees would not have any problem with the FRO, with visa, with the passport. So somewhere or other he used me as an instrument to bring all those people to him. So one day I brought the inspector, principal of that FRO to Gurudev, and LIU actually was the local intelligence unit of Mathura. And he came with his wife, and Madam Maharaj told me, please, you can wait, make him wait for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I say, yes, no problem. So then what happened was, after maybe 20 minutes, then Madam Maharaj let us in, and Gurudev was laying down. He had been sick. Actually, I didn't know because I was not always in Mathura. So Gurudev had been sick. He was on drip. And even in this condition, because he was so much caring for all his disciples, foreigner in India, actually it can be only this reason why. So he let us in, you know, and Gurudev was just laying down like this with the drip in his arm, and I felt like devastated. I thought, oh my God, Madam Maharaj, if you would have told me this, then, you know, you could have phoned me or something, and then I would have postponed. But we could see that Gurudev was just always in a seva mood, always sacrificing his health. And that's why he was touring. I remember the last time Damayanti was telling this program in Russia, the last program, it had been fire there, and we were so worried that he's going there and it's still so much smoke in the air, how he just had been sick, but then he was going. He was going because he was just absorbed, and how to bring as many flowers to Radharani's lotus feet and to engage them in Mahaprabhu's mission. So I like to also speak about surrender, because I experienced two things with Gurudev. One negative, one positive. Is the one year, I can't remember the years because I was not really concentrated on the years. For me, it was like eternal time, always with Gurudev. So, but it was the beginning of Kartik, and it was just the day that my passport had expired. And the FRO inspector had told me I have to go to the embassy, to the French embassy on that day and tell them about my passport. So there I am. Gurudev is going to, I think, Madhuvan. And I'm coming to him and I said, Gurudev, he's in a car. The bus are going to go and Gurudev is sitting in this car and I'm coming to him and I said, please, Gurudev, you please excuse me, but today I have to go to Delhi. And Gurudev looked at me and he said, how can I excuse you? It is my parikrama and you're not going to be there. I said, but Gurudev, I am not able to come to the parikrama. I have to go to Delhi. And that time I had no money, so I was going by bus. And he said, I cannot excuse you. So then I just surrendered. I said, but what could I do? So I left. I think I really did make the wrong choice because I went to Delhi. I went to the embassy. It was completely, nothing worked. And when I came back in the evening by the bus, I was so sick in the bus, you don't believe. I had to lay down. And when Gurudev, just I arrived, and it was class, Harikatha. And at that time, at the end, you see, Gurudev was always coming. We were lying up and he would give blessings. He came up to me and he said, how are you? And I understood that if I had been so sick, was not for just because I disobeyed my Gurudev. I didn't trust him. I just trusted the other that I had to do my passport. So that was the thing that I thought. In any case, if Gurudev asked me to surrender in any circumstances, then I will have to surrender. And maybe after some time it was Janmastami, and we used to have one day before the Janmastami. It's just a huge parade, Nam Sankirtan with sometimes elephants, but sometimes horses and Radha and Krishna and so many things going on. And I came from Vrindavan, it was raining. And as you know, Gurudev had put me on the Nam Sankirtan. I was there on Nam Sankirtan 12 years. So I came with my mridanga and I must have banged it in the temple. It was really bad rain. And when I came, I reached to the parikram on the main road of the Holy Gate. Gurudev was in his car. And my mridanga just flop. It was not working. And I was just like, so I went to Gurudev. I saw him and I said, Gurudev, I'm sorry, but I have to go back to the temple. My mridanga is broken. And Gurudev said, you go immediately to this Nam Sankirtan. And that time I said, I have to surrender. So I just went. It was pouring down rain that day. Was really, really great taste. And what I did, the only thing I could do is that they're making the sweet, there is fire. So I was heating up my mridanga with a fire. And at one point, Gurudev was on a chariot and the rain had stopped. And the Gurudev was like a sunshine in the middle of the street. And when he saw me that I was trying to heat up this mridanga, which was not sounding anymore, Gurudev put out his garland like this and he just threw it on me, like, okay, today you have surrendered, so you can have my mercy. Yasya Prasad, Bhagavat Prasad, Yasya Prasad, Nagati Kutupi. So in some ways, we just have to try to serve our Gurudev the best ways we can, because we have no much time. But and the road is long. Srila Maharaja told me one day, the road is long and the time is short. So make the best use of it. So that was one thing, and yeah, the first parikrama in Navadvip was hallucinating actually, because we had never seen such a big pot in the kitchen 15,000 people, and the pots for cooking were so huge. I literally thought, we are not in this world. You know, like with Gurudev, everything was transcendental. It was a transcendental adventure. It was not ordinary in any sense. And all those kirtans, we remember Krishnadas and, you know, the Krishnadas Kirtaniya. And it was just, we can see that the cream of the world, all the jewels of the world as devotees were surrounding Gurudev. And Gurudev was giving us the cream of cream, the top notch, Unato Jwala Rasam Swabhakti Shayam. When all those shlokas are coming, you know, Namashrista Manumapi Sachiputra Matraswarupam, you know, Aradyo Brajeshitanayata Dham Vrindavan, all these so beautiful, beautiful Tattva Siddhanta. And that Prabhupada had given us, but really to understand Prabhupada's books, we needed Gurudev to make us understand all these. And the focus of Gurudev was whatever subject he would start, but he would always end up, Tavai Vasmi, Hey Radharani. He was eternal little Manjari of Srimati Radhika, and there is no doubt that he just was. One time, he told to Vrindavan Vilasini, he told her on the roof in Mathura, he said, I want us to all go back in a group. You know, so he wants us to be so loving and so cooperative in this world, so that if we can serve here, if we can at least try to serve here on this planet, we'll be able to be with her in Golok Vrindavan Dham. Or even if we are not able to go to Golok directly, but we can pray, at least we will be going to Bomalila, to some Bomalila. This is what he said. If we can just pray, if we can just constantly be tadatmik with his heart, then we'll be able to melt his heart, and he will say, okay, Chelo to Bomalila, I'm here now. You come to me. So this is our main focus actually, is Rupanuga Bhajan. How beautiful this Julam we had in Rup Sanatan. It was just so amazing, and how we would come to Rupa Goswami Samadhi and being completely absorbed. Yan Kali Rupa. And all these beautiful bhajan, and this you would love this prayer, Priya Swarupe, Daita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Saja Birupe, Nijana Rupe, Prabhu Karupe, Tata Narupe, Swabilas Rupe. Everyone knows that it's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 19th chapter and verse 121. This is Kavikarnapur, glorification of Rupa Goswami. So Gurudev was absorbed in this Rupa and Sanatan, Rupa Raghunath. There was nothing in his heart which was different for that, because that's what he wanted to give. He wanted to give Brajabha, yes. But the speciality of this Brajabhav, because there are many Brajabhas here, but they don't all follow Rupa Goswami. So the speciality that Gurudev wanted to give us, it was the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's lineage. And this is pure Rupa Nuga Bhajan. There is no question. So I remember he had given me some instruction to be 15 days in Radhakund and 15 days in Vrindavan, so that I would do Nam-Sankirtan in both dham. So that's about 1998 or something. So there was some devotees, they already started going to Babaji's, like Premanidhi and some devotees from US. And she had joined the Anantadas Babaji's club, and I was trying to bring her back, but she didn't want, and there was another girl also. Anyway, so I wrote to Gurudev that, you know, those people, they don't really understand the difference between Rupanuga and what they want to follow now, Janavamara, Gunadas Goswami. And Gurudev very clearly he wrote back to me, he said, don't waste your time with them. Try to help those who are very sincerely trying to do Rupanuga bhajan. Don't waste your time with those type of people, But it was very clear that himself, he would not waste so much time with them. So whatever they want to do, if they want to go there or there. But the main thing, if we want to reach to the lotus feet of Gurudev in Bomalila, then we have to be loyal to him now. It's been 10 years that he has gone, and externally gone, but of course, it's not an easy process, It's not, but he left us, Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj, it is true, but also he left very early. And actually, Gurudev wants us to be so strong. Like this was one of the first instructions he gave me. He said, I want you to be strong like a mountain. It was in Mathura, and I just went like, I thought I was strong already. I had left 4 sons behind to do bhakti, I had left everything. I came Niskinshan to Vrindavan, Sarvadharmam Parijanam. I tried everything. I thought I was strong. So when he said, I want you to be strong like a mountain, I thought, oh my God, what is left to be done? I had no idea. I thought I had reached somewhere already. But it's true that where are we? We have millions of life of covering, of karma to clear up, and so much stuff, until we reach the Ado Shraddha, Tado Sadhu Sangha, Tato Bhajana Kriya, Nartani Viti, Nishta, Ruchya, Shakti Bhav, and etc. So this cannot be attained by ourselves. I asked Gurudev one time, I said, Gurudev, how long will it take me? It was in Rup Sanatan in his old room. And he said, if you go on your own pace, it will take you. But he said, I am here. I'm here for you. So, like he said one time, he was having all this Harikatha on Guru Tattva, the Mahima of Mahat Sadhu Sangha. And he was explaining that one who comes to him and surrender. And he was giving the example of Bibhishan, who was the brother of Ravana. So at the first, Hanuman objected, oh, he may be a spy. Prabhu, please, don't accept him. But Ram said, no, he has surrendered, now I accept him. I give him a chance. And this was the mood of Gurudev, that Gurudev was constantly giving us a chance, giving a chance to anyone who would come to him, even if they had blasphemed him, criticized him, whatever, but he would give a chance. And he said this, he said, Sri Guru is not ordinary. If you surrender to him, he can touch your head. And in one moment, all the tattva, everything will be realized. He will give you Krishna Prem. So this is not, we had such Rasik, Bhavuk, Mahapurush, Mahabhagavad Sri Guru, the caliber of all the Rupanu Guru Varga, my Prabhupada, my Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Srila Gaurkishore Das Prabhupada, all the Guru Parampara, he was not on a lower level, even if he had said that I am a 5th class devotee. I heard he said this, and who can believe this? Who can believe this? But it takes time for Sri Guru to reveal himself to the disciple. But one time, it took many years, maybe 4 or 5 years, but one time his room was upstairs in Mathura at that time. And I wanted to be able to feel in my heart that he really, really, I was connected with him. So I had come in the mud, and at 3 o'clock, I decided I'm going to go to his door. And actually, it was the second time when he was upstairs. It happened always also downstairs, that I came to him at 3 o'clock, offered my pranam, and I was saying, Gurudev, if you know that I am here at your door, like a little dog at your door, you please let me know. And I didn't even finish my prayer that he opened wide open the doors, you know, and there I was at his Lotus Street. He looked at me and he just closed back the doors. So that was when he's in his room downstairs. And then 1 or 2 years after, upstairs, the same thing. He was upstairs and the same thing, 3 o'clock, 3:30, when no one is there. And I said, Gurudev, I need to be connected with you. And he just came, open the door, come on, you know, under the little courtyard that he had. And he looked at me and then he said, and then he went back in his room. He went back in his room, like just to tell me, I'm here. Why should you doubt about me? I'm here for you. I'm here for anyone who has been sent by Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. I'm here. And one time, I'm sorry to say, it was at the, I came up in his room and he said, I don't want you to go there. And I understood what he meant because he had received some bad news from his con that someone, they wanted to poison him or something. Anyway, so I said, but I'm not going there, Prabhupada. And I looked at Gurudeva and I said, oh, Gurudev, I told you Prabhupada. And he looked at me and he said, yes, you know, Sri Guru is one tattva. When they are really Sri Guru, either it's Nityananda Prabhu or it's Radharani. So then we are always on the, you know, the shelter of their Lotus feet if they are Sri Guru. And we are so extremely fortunate that Radharani had sent one of her men servants to give us some hope. Because Manjari Bhav is not something we get in the market. Gurudev always told you don't speak those things openly. We are talking now because I know you're my dear God sister, God brother, you know, and I'm so touched that you have put this this program together. I was not going to speak because I'm not a speaker, and I'm very insignificant. You know, I was never traveling with Gurudev. I was always waiting for him in India only when he would return. But we had the best Janmastami I never experienced, with the best Radhastami, extremely out of this world. You know, we had this impression, I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit, we had this impression that serving through Gurudev, so it was you know, our service was reaching directly Radha Vinod Bihari. And this was so much giving us hope that we will reach one day. We'll all be together with him in Gaura-lila and her in Krishna-lila. And that his blessing, Gurudev is blessing us all eternally. And I don't know, it comes to a point we can't say anything because there are no words. No, we cannot. He has given so much to the one who were not qualified to receive. Hare Krishna. Govinda Damo Dharmadaviti.
Govinda Damo Dharmadaviti.
I'm sorry. So please, I know there's a lot of lacking in my presentation. I beg forgiveness. And may we meet again in Vrindavan in not too long. Jai Gurudev, Hare Krishna, my pranam, affectionate pranam to all my God sister, God brother. And thank you so much for putting this program online. Hare Krishna.
Sasikala, that was so beautiful. I can't believe you've never done Zoom before. You're like a pro. That was absolutely, it was beautiful. Fantastic. You should be very confident with the technology. You were wonderful. And I know everybody was gripped listening to you and touched in the heart. And I was
Thank
particularly...
you so much, Prabhu.
I loved it.
Your mercy and Gurudev's mercy.
I loved it when you were talking about how Gurudev would, it didn't matter how sick he was in his pastimes, he was always like willing to do anything. I literally thought sometimes when I was in his room, I thought if someone said to him, Gurudev, can you please come to the moon? I have a program on the moon for you. He'd be, yeah, no problem. When would you like me to come? Tomorrow? Nothing would stop him. He was absolutely unstoppable. All he needed to know is there was a crying devotee heart. He just needed to know that one of his calves was needing him. And then like a mother, he would come immediately without any question.
Exactly.
And still, no change, actually. If we understand his Vani as well as Vapu, no change.
Yeah, he gave us this. He said, the line of Mahaprabhu is Viraha. And if you cannot feel separation from your Guru, how you will feel separation from Radha and Krishna? This is impossible. Yes. So if we, in our heart, Viraha is a very big name, a big word. We cannot have Viraha. It's impossible for us because we're conditioned soul. But on our level of a little ant, if some feelings come, then Guru and Krishna knows, and this is the most important. Sincerity and loyalty.
And what you said about what he said to Vrindavan Vilasini, who is actually a very special person in my heart, Vrindavan Vilasini. I was glad you mentioned that. And also Krishna Das, he was also so extraordinary. But what you were saying about, and he was like, in terms of kirtan, I've never heard kirtan getting anywhere close to him. It was like it was like when he started, it was like he was summoning every demigod to come and attend. It was extraordinary. But with what you said about Vrindavan Vilasini, that we're serving here to prepare to serve there. It's beautiful. Yes. Whenever I see or involved in anything cooperative between devotees, it's so magical because we're bringing that world here, and we're also going to that world. It's the ladder. Seva is the ladder to the spiritual world. So thank you so much.
We have told again and again here. We are practicing. It's our practicing department here. How you say? Training field, training center. So we just have to become perfected some way or other. And always remember Trinada Pisunichena, because this is Siddha Pranali. You want to cut us above Siddha Trinada Pisunichena. So you please bless me all that I will fulfill this desire of Gurudev to realize Trinada Pisunichena and don't get cold. Be careful of your health.
And thank you for agreeing to do this, because I know it's not your normal thing. And I was doing a reading, my weekly reading with Vajanti Mala. She said you were a little nervous, and you didn't show any of those nerves, but we really appreciate you doing something out of the ordinary to share with the devotees your
mercy.
Thank you.
Only Gurudev's mercy. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Jai Sri Radhe.